You've got big dreams. You feel an aching sense in your heart that there's more you want to be, create, and experience. But there's just one problem. You are already exhausted. Your to-do list seems to grow by the minute, and it was already 17 miles long. Can you relate? This was me just 2 years ago. I was ticking things off my to-do list and having moderate success, but everything felt heavy, like walking through mud. I've been a project manager for over 15 years. I know how to get stuff done. My to-do list wasn't the problem. I was ticking things off like you wouldn't believe it. But the magic was missing. Everything felt so much harder than it should have been. And then I took off in my camper van on a road trip to Sweden and Norway for 3 months, worked decidedly less, and reconnected to my vision and creativity. That trip, it completely changed my life and my business. I found bliss running my business again. I had new ideas. I found a community of like-minded entrepreneurs in a coaching program I invested in. And I came up with the Blissful Biz Incubator, my best-selling offer to date. All while working a lot less than before. Those 3 summer months were magic. Hey there, welcome to the Blissful Biz podcast. I'm your host, Susanne Reiche, here to help yoga and wellness entrepreneurs build a thriving online business. If you're ready to make a bigger impact and earn money online, you are in the right place. Each week you learn about websites, digital products, social media strategies, and what's working now to build your online business. And now let's get started. Things started to flow again, and I now was on a mission to find my perfect balance, to have the time to travel, to go hiking, to explore new places, and also still grow my business because I'm ambitious as hell for it, and I have big plans for it. Okay, before I move on, let me just say that while I was looking for my perfect balance, I'm fully aware that there is really no lasting balance. You need to know this. Balance is no destination. We never get to a point where everything stays well balanced or static, because that would mean that life would be static. And look, who wants that? Certainly not me. I like my life peppered with a pinch of change and excitement. Thank you very much. So life happens all the time, to all of us, and also in business, you have seasons. There are times where you work more, for example, when you're launching a new offer, and times where things quiet down. So while work-life balance has been a buzzword for a long time, don't get stuck on the idea of achieving the perfect balance. But, of course, while, that's not really a goal, not being overwhelmed, exhausted, burned out from work, and enjoying life, having time to spend with our family and friends, that's what we all want, right? And that's what we should try to achieve. So, what did I do? I was already pretty organized, but I improved my systems to get more done in less time, and I implemented rituals to help me stay calm, present, and joyful while still growing my business. The results? I'm on track to increase my revenue by 50% this year while working around 30% less. So how do I do that? Here are just 3 things I did. Number 1, I took charge of my time. Time management. Time is such a weird concept, right? Sometimes it feels like we just don't have enough, it's running by, and then when we are bored, each second feels like a minute. The thing is, especially as new entrepreneurs, we tend to spend way too much time on tasks. After all, time is all we have that we are ready to invest. So we take hours to finish anything, like that blog post or that social media post. It has to be perfect, right? This is like the biggest mistake we can make. You have to stop doing that. And then we tell ourselves things like, I don't have time for this. I'm running out of time, or there just isn't enough time. Can you relate? I bet you said things like this. Words have power, my friend. When you tell yourself, I don't have time for this, you make this true. So I just worked on my awareness for what I told myself. I basically stopped saying these things to myself. Instead, I said things like, I have all the time I need to do what I want to get done. When I had just 1 hour available, that's the time I would need to finish that podcast episode script. Instead of tinkering around with it for hours and hours, I took back the power and I refused to be stressed by time and deadlines and things like that. Because I had that for way too long in my life. When I was working in advertising, every day was always stressful and full of deadlines, and you never had enough time to get things done. And I just refused to work like that. And then I got stuck into that way of working again. And now really I was focusing so much on not getting stuck into that and being intentional of my time and what I was working on and how much I wanted to spend on tasks. My goal now is to be present at all times, at whatever I'm doing. When I'm walking my dog, I'm present with her. I'm not listening to a podcast or on the phone. I'm present. When I'm cooking or eating, I'm present. And the same with work. When I'm working on a task, I'm very, very intentional. First, on what task I'm working on, what do I want to achieve, what's the outcome, and then I'm present. I'm not sitting down at my desk in the morning without a plan and just start working on the first thing that comes to mind. If you do that, it's a recipe for overwhelm and exhaustion because you need to have a plan. You need to have your success plan in place so you know what to prioritize, what's actually important in your business. And then I plan how long I have for a task. Don't just work on something open-ended because when you don't control your time, time will control you. Let me repeat that. When you don't control your time, time will control you. Have a plan, be intentional, and be present. Okay. The second thing I did to get back on track in my business, to find bliss in my business again, I started meditating again regularly. I already had a meditation practice for a really long time, but to tell you the truth, it got a bit inconsistent. I meditated maybe daily for a few days, and then I stopped for weeks. So I knew I wanted to change that. And after I got back to meditating every day, I really realized the benefits. I was calmer. I was less reactive. I was also more inspired. Ideas flowed to me. I'm more open, more spacious, more receptive. The truth is, I always had my best ideas either when I was walking or meditating. Now that I was doing both so much more, ideas just flowed, inspiration flowed. And I need that. We all need that. Yes, we also have to sit down and do the work, actually implement things to see results. But without this spark of inspiration, it's just going to be draining or so much harder, or at least it is for me. I know some people resist meditation because they don't see the value in it. They can't get themselves to sit still, or anytime they've tried it, they never know if they're doing it right and get frustrated and quit. And personally, I can relate to all of those challenges. That's why I keep my practice super simple, as you're about to see. I don't listen to guided meditation a lot or do anything fancy. I wake up, use the bathroom, drink some water, and then I get back on my bed, sit down on a cushion, and set a timer on my phone for 20 minutes. Sometimes I'm done after 15 minutes. It just feels I'm done, ready to move on with my day. Sometimes my dog Luna decides that it's time for her walk. But normally she's a big sleepyhead and only gets up when I've been already awake for 1.5 hours. Yeah, but sometimes after I've been meditating for 10 minutes or so, she's just like, here I am, and starts licking my face. And it's just like, okay, let's start the day. And so I do, right? And sometimes I oversleep, and so I don't meditate or just meditate for just 5 minutes. But most days, I really do my 20-minute meditation, and my days are so much better for it. Life does flow more easily, and I'm more patient and happier and calmer. And yeah, this life is better. So when you don't have a consistent meditation practice right now, I would really urge you to try to get back to it. Do your best to get back to it. Of course, we always have days where we are not perfect, and that's fine. It's the consistency. It's what you do most days that really matters. And the third thing I did to get more bliss in my business, to find my bliss again, is I reconnected with my vision. Before this trip, I was busy all the time, like you wouldn't believe it, working all the time. But I was working in my business, not on it. I was disconnected from my bigger vision, from my why. And I realized that if I'm not working on something meaningful, something that challenges me to be more, to do more, and to give more, I start to feel lost. I was born to create and contribute, and the same applies to you. So I doubled down on my ambition. I invested $20,000 in a coaching program, and I started connecting with people who already did what I wanted to do. I got myself in the room with multi-6-figure and 7-figure entrepreneurs, and this step, it shifted things so much for me. I suddenly saw what was possible. I started to believe in myself again, in my business, and in what's possible. I had so much fresh inspiration. And yes, so I'm so grateful with where I am right now with my life and my business. I love my life so much. But I'm also hungry for what's coming up next. And I visualize it and put things in motion to make that happen. My goal right now is to always have Friday to work on my vision. Fridays are my CEO days. That's when I do fun things like maybe go on a hike, do a lot of journaling and thinking, read a lot and research what inspires me. I don't really have a huge team yet, so calling myself CEO feels a bit weird, but I do it anyway because I want to own that position, that thinking. But having support is important. It's also part of my growth this year. Knowing how to delegate tasks to a VA, even for just a few hours per week, that can change your business and your life. And other things like knowing how to manage your money. You have to pay attention to your money, especially as a woman, as an entrepreneur. And you need to learn how to earn it, how to save it, and how to grow it. I'm super excited to share with you everything that I have learned so that you too can finally build a solid business foundation and establish systems to help you grow your business beyond your wildest dreams without the overwhelm or exhaustion. So, exciting news, I'm launching a brand new offer for you to work with me, Blissful Biz Systems and Rituals. Enrollment opens November 10th, and it'll be a live group program that includes live calls, step-by-step training videos, and workbooks to help you organize your online business for long-term success in just 30 days. It's unlike anything I've ever offered before, and I just cannot wait to share it all with you. I'm so excited to teach you my systems and rituals and help you set up your business so you can get more done in less time and say bye-bye to overwhelm and exhaustion. You can learn more on my website, susannereiker.com/courses, so go and check it out. I also add the link to the show notes. You can also DM me if you want to learn more. I would love to hear from you. Okay, so there you have it. I hope this episode has helped you gain insight and some inspiration on some of those challenges you might be facing as an entrepreneur as you continue to grow your business. You are not alone. We all face these challenges, so be patient with yourself. If you really focus on moving past them and don't let the fear top you, you will start to see bigger results. I promise that. I believe in you. I hope you have a fantastic week full of really big wins for you and your business, and I cannot wait to talk to you again soon. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Blissful Biz podcast. If you like the show, please leave a review on iTunes. This would mean the world to me. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast to never miss a new episode. To learn more about how to work with me one-on-one, my courses and membership, or to get instant access to freebies, workshops, and more, go to susannereiker.com right now. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time.